Lower the volume. Hello, 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 hello. My name is Crystal, and I am a beauty guide with LimeLight by Alcone. If this is your first time watching, please let me know. If you're watching the replay, let me know. I won't know you're here unless you leave me a comment below. So I am going to talk about brushes today, specifically the 15 in our classified brush set. So it's vegan, and made in collaboration with professional makeup artists. So it is a pro line, and I'm not just going to explain what each brush is good for, but I'm also going to explain why it's better to get better quality brushes, especially if pro brushes. There is a difference. So that's what I'm going to focus on. Also cleaning and all that good stuff. So this is what my page is dedicated to. So if you want to continue watching and learning about this, then be my guest. And if you want to share with any of your friends, that would be very much appreciated. So I am just going to get my paper towel and start picking them out one at a time. So there's 15 brushes in the classified brush set with LimeLight. I have a ton of brushes. I have brushes from all different lines. As a makeup artist, like, I don't limit myself to one particular type, but these are actually my favorite ones, and I have a full set, so it's a lot easier for me to explain a full set than every single brush that I have. So yeah, I'm going to just send a few invites and then get started. Just a few. Okay. I was actually going to step out tonight, but that ended up not happening, so I figured let me come on here and talk to my people. And if no one does come on, that's fine too. I'll leave it on replay. Okay, so that's good for now. I am just going to wipe down a few of these brushes before I show them to you. So if you're here, say hello. Yeah. Hey, Maria. Happy Saturday night. So I'm going to go through my brush set and explain what I use them for, why, and how to take care of them. So if that's what you want to know about, stick around, because I've been asked this so many times, and I thought, you know what? I'm not going anywhere. I'm just gonna finally do the brush video. So what I did was I did like a spot cleaning. Hi, Vianney. This is the foundation brush that I use along with my sponge. So I'm just doing that. But how are you? How are you, girl? I'm surprised. Are you home? Well, it's still kind of early. I was literally going to step out. I was like, oh, maybe but I don't go anywhere. So I just don't want to show them dirty, so I'm just cleaning them really quick. It's cold outside. Yeah, it is. It's cold, but Mama don't go out. So for me, I was willing to do it, but things happen, and that's okay. So basically, what I decided to do was I'm gonna go over. I said this already in the beginning of the video, so for replay watchers, I'm sorry. What I'm gonna do is go over the 15 set, the brush set from LimeLight by Alcone, because it's a full set. So it's a lot easier for me to explain this set in detail than for me to go through the 500 brushes that I own. because everybody knows that I own a million brushes, but as an artist, that's just what it is. And if I could own all of these, like multiple of these, then that would be amazing. But I've been doing this for 50 years, so I've collected. I miss you too, girl. You don't freaking hit me up ever. I'm the one with the clan of kids. 2 kids, not a clan. But okay. I think I got all of them. So this is what the set looks like. Let me just show the set. So this is handy because it comes in this vegan leather casing. So what I like to do is I keep all of my brushes on one side, and when I'm working, when they get dirty, I put them on this side. So that's how I like to organize my stuff when I'm at a gig. But even home, it's a lot easier to do that. Sometimes you could put whatever works for you. You want to put your face brushes on one side, your eye brushes on the other. But I find it really, really easier for me to put dirty on one side and clean on the other. So that's what I do. And when I do have a gig, now this is an addition because I actually have a few of these cases for my brushes. Oh, hi, Gabrielle. Yeah, it's really helped me because I used to use my roll, and sometimes I still do, but the cups keep them standing up, so I don't have to worry about like pulling them out. And this is for anybody, because when you're home and you got to go to work, you just want to be quick. You want to have quick access to your brushes, but you also want to keep them clean and protected. So what's good about this is even if you put them like next to each other, like you're not ready to clean them yet, it closes. So the snap comes off. I don't know if you can see that. The snap comes off and the case closes like that. Of course, it's going to give me a hard time. Usually it's much easier. But basically it closes like this and then it snaps. So that keeps your brushes clean. If you don't have something like this, what works good too are canisters, like glass canisters with the cover, with the lid. Those are great too. This is the LimeLight by Alcone brush set. So it comes with the brushes. I don't know. I don't want to say that they're never going to sell it separate. So I'm not going to say that because I don't know. As of right now, in order to get the case, you have to buy the set, I believe. So if I'm wrong, I'll leave it in the comments afterwards. But I'm pretty sure you can only get the case, this particular one, with the brush set. So it's 15 brushes. And I'm going to start off with the face brush. So a lot of times people are like, well, do I need a face brush? Or why do I use a face brush? Yes, everyone needs a face brush, especially if you wear bronzer, any kind of finishing powder, you need a face brush. And you want a face brush that's not going to shed. So what I really love about this brush is if you can see it from here. Like there are no straggly hairs. It's not sharp. It's really soft but dense at the same time. So that means that it's like there's more control. So it's not like all feathery. And even though you want to put powder on, you know, sometimes you see people and they just kind of brush it on. When you're putting translucent powder on or even bronzer or whatever, you can put bronzer on like this, but you really want to kind of like press it because you don't want to take it off at the same time, especially after your foundation. You're kind of like sweeping it off. So I like to take this powder. This is our perfect press powder, which I put in my palette. That's this one. So after I'm done, I'll demonstrate. So I'll just get it, make sure it's on my brush. With this, you don't even need to tap it off because it stays on. It's not like loose powder where it's going to be all over the place. So you just literally just tap it in and put it over. So if you have like shine and you want to bring that down a little bit, I'm sweeping it but pressing it. If you can see what I'm talking about, like I'm like, does that make sense? Now, if you don't have foundation on, or your foundation's already set and you want to just brush it on, you can absolutely do that. But that's what having a good face brush is for. For bigger sections, you don't want to use this to, chisel your cheekbones and contour or put blush. It's just going to be too much. Now, if I only had this brush, then I would make it work, right? Because you have to. I would squeeze the top part like that. Take whatever color and then precisely like put it on. But that's, as a professional, like I have to work with what I have. So that's what I would do. I wouldn't recommend anyone else doing that unless they didn't have a choice. Like you go on a trip or something and you forget your makeup bag, which I'm sure a lot of people do that. So if you forget your brushes, whatever, you make whatever you have work. But you can't do that with all of them. So I'm going to move on. Now we have, I'm going to go over the names. So for instance, this is the 02. So this is the all over powder brush. And then we have 01. So this is the tapered powder brush. Now the difference between this one and that one is, again, size. And you see how it goes to a point? See how it has like a dome top. It's like oval, but it's like pointy. So I use this one for contouring, but I can also use it for blush. So I use this for both. This is a multi-use brush. Now, if you want to use this for powder, you can too. But of course, in between, you want to wipe it off. So I would use the powder, like the translucent powder first and then color. It's just easier to work with because then you don't want to like get the color where you don't want to put blush underneath your eyes. Oh, exactly. I love tapered for under eyes. So I use this one. I have a smaller brush that I use for under the eyes, but this is a really good size also. Preference, that's really what it's about. So some people are like, they get so confused with brushes and what brushes to buy, why to buy them. I'm like, if it's a good size for whatever area you're going to use your makeup, go for it. Like, it's really not going to hurt you. So exactly what Gabrielle said, like you can use it to set, you can use it to contour, you can use it for blush, you can bronze your face. This brush is an all-purpose brush. Even if it says tapered, whatever, like it's tapered because of the shape, but you can use this for everything. Then we have more of a contour brush. This became popular a few years ago, and it's funny because I showed you what you can do with this or any brush, any kind of face brush. I used to do this with my brushes before they started making more brushes. Makeup artists started to really help out with making different brush shapes because it just helps us during the process. So that's when these got developed. The angle, because it's a perfect angle for here, and there's more hair on this side than there is on this side, so that's where you get most of the color from, and most of the color when you're contouring goes at the end. So when you're doing your contour, you want to go in this direction, and that's what this brush is for. But again, this one can be used for your contour, it can be used for around your face, you can even press it on your blush, you can use this for highlight. You could even use this for your foundation. Some people will use the tapered brush for the foundation. I think I have to demo that one day, but I have stuff on today, so I'm not gonna do that. But brushes can be used to quickly put your foundation on as well. So that's all for this 15-piece set. These are the main powder face brushes. Then we go into foundation. So this is our stippling brush. Are they calling it the stippling brush? Number 5. Okay, so it's a buffer brush. But I always call this a stippling brush because you like stipple it on, but it's a buffer brush. So it's like buffing the foundation on and stippling. It's like the same thing. So this is the foundation brush. And what I personally like to do is I'll take my sponge. I'll take my blender full. Don't judge it because I did use it earlier today, so it's a little dirty. But I wet my blender full and then I swipe it into my foundation because I use our botanical foundation, which is cream. I'll show you. So what I do is I take my foundation I swipe it in, and then I just press it all over my face. Once I'm done with this, I will go back into my face with the brush. Either this one, I have a few, but like I said, I'm sticking with the classified brush set. So I'll just take a little bit more if I want to add, because it's buildable, and I'll just circle wherever I need it to be. Some people like to do it differently. These are my techniques. What works for me, what works when I work on my clients, this is what I do. So again, the sponge and the brush, or just the sponge, or just the brush. It really depends on what I'm doing. But they made this really a nice size, and the weight. What I really, really appreciate about this brush set is the weight, because they're not heavy, but they're not light. It's like the length of the brush and the weight of it really helps you to kind of just get what you need done. It's not too long and uncomfortable, and it's not too heavy. You use CC cream. CC cream is not going to do the same thing like foundation. Is that what you're asking? For like coverage or how to put it on? So that's this brush. That's the buffer brush. And all of these are sold separately. Like I said, I think just to get the case, you got to get it in a full set. So you're not going to get, if you're looking for coverage, you're not going to get that with a CC cream. If you're looking for just like a light, kind of like running out the door, I just want to put something on my face, then you're going to go with a CC cream. Now, to put it on, you can use a buffer brush. That's fine. But I personally would probably use a CC cream underneath the foundation. But I haven't used a CC cream in a really long time. If I want more of a BB cream, like a light coverage, but I want it more dewy, I add my Must Do, my oil, in with my foundation, and I put it on. So, or I'll have my Must Do with my moisturizer first, and then do my foundation. So it really depends on what you're trying to achieve. Like, what is it that you want to achieve? Like, what do you want your face to look like? So, like, if you tell me that, then I can help you a little bit more on, like, what you could use. So, now, going on, the next face brush is this one. This is number 4. Number 4, this is the foundation brush. So, I don't use this brush for foundation. A lot of people do. I would use it for, like, moisturizer. I would use it for moisturizer all over the face more than anything else. But I know a lot of people still really appreciate this brush for foundation. So it's really optional. Like, it's your preference. But I like it for moisturizer. Like, if you feel your face is still dry, you're going to slather some more moisturizer on. If I'm working on somebody, I'm using a brush, not my hands. Maybe at first, but then, like, as I'm still, like, working, I got to use brushes. Or if I have multiple people and I don't have time in between to really, like, get my hands completely, like they're clean, but not enough to put my hands on someone's face, I go with the brush. So that's what I use this one for. So Maria, if you want to know that, just let me know. Now, the other face brush is our concealer brush. So this is number 6. I believe 6 is the concealer brush. And this is a great concealer brush, but I use 2 different brushes for concealer. This is one option. But you can use it for your concealer under your eye, right by your nose, wherever you have any kind of discoloration or, blemishes. And it's chiseled really nicely and pointed. So when you want to clean up, like, around your mouth, or if you're going to do a wing or something and you want to, like, just clean up the eye, they shape this beautifully for that. So that's what this one's for. So it's our concealer brush. Now we're going into, these are all pretty much eyeshadow brushes and eyebrow. No, we have a lip brush too. So this is exactly what it is. It's a lip brush. So there's no trick to that. I think people usually get confused with the face brushes and the shadow brushes, which I'm going to go into next. But this is our lip brush. So again, it's a really great size for putting on the lipstick, and I would even use it to clean it up also. So this is really nice. This is number 12. But everything has a title too. Everything has a title when you see it. So this is our number 8, which is a dome blender brush. So technically this is for your shadow. You can use it to blend underneath your eye. You can use it to blend on top. That's perfectly fine. I use it for my concealer because I love a good rounded dense brush for my concealer. So that's what I use it for. And the other one I have is not so small. This one just really gives me enough coverage. Like I just pick up enough. I don't waste any kind of product. And then I'm able to place it where I want. And then I just kind of like buff it out. So you place it and then you buff out the edges. You don't buff out where you put the color. You just do the perimeter. But again, it's also for eyeshadow. So multi-use. I would use it for both. Then we have our eyeshadow brushes. Number 7 is our large shadow brush. So look how big that is. I used this today and I just did my one swipe on both sides. So I didn't have to worry about doing anything else. And again, they're all vegan hair brushes. So they're very soft. They're natural brushes. They're not synthetic. And they have not shed at all. I have not had any issues with these. I love it. I actually have 2 of these. So this is a great buy. This is number 7, like I said. So again, you see the shape of it. You already know it's for your eyeshadow. You don't, if you're trying to do like a smaller space, then you can always turn it. Like you don't have to keep it the flat way. You could turn it the other way to put your shadow on as well. This is number 9. Let's move on to number 9. This is our angled shadow brush. So this would be for the crease. And that's just, again, it's what you could use it for, like what it's meant for. But if you only have one brush, you're going to make it work for whatever you need done. I mean, I use eyeshadow brushes for highlight, you know what I mean? It's, you know, whatever you have. But most people, they just want to know like what the basics are and, you know, what they should get, what they shouldn't get. Some brushes are just not necessary to buy for the average person. It's just going to sit there. So this is the angled crease brush. So that will go right in here. So if I don't have a crease color today, but if I did, I would have just put it in here. And that's why they shaped it. Kind of like it's shaped exactly like the contour because that's where your contour would go into your crease. So it's the same concept, smaller brush. So that's that one. What else do we have? If I'm going too fast, let me know. If you have any questions, let me know. So this is the blending brush, and number 10, they call it the pointed blender. So this is the brush you use. So you know when you see someone put eyeshadow on and you can see like a harsh line, that's how you know what this is used for. Like this is what's going to eliminate that line. So whenever you see it, get rid of it. You can never blend too much. So you just go right above it in circular motions and you blend out. So that's what this one's for. But this is another one, like if you wanted to really just get underneath the eye with the powder, you can use something like this. If you wanted to just highlight the top of your cheekbones, you can use this for that too. So again, multi-use, but always wipe in between so that you don't mix up the colors. Now the last few brushes we have is 4 more brushes. This is a liner brush. So it's an angled liner brush. These are one of those brushes where like you can only use it for certain things. You can use it to create a line right above the lashes, or you can use it to go right underneath. If you want to put eyeliner right there, you can also use this for your eyebrows. So if you want to not just use the definer brush, which is for the eyebrows, then you have this. So, and they made this really nice because it has a really skinny, fine point. So like if you are trying to just get a line with eyeshadow, this is perfect. This is really, really, I don't use this often enough, actually. Because it's short, so it probably like it gets buried. So this is number 13, the angled liner. Now this one, I love this brush. This is one of my favorite brushes. Because everybody that knows, and if you don't, obviously, I love to put eyeliner underneath and just kind of blend it out. Like I always blend out my eyeliner. And this is my favorite brush for that. This is number 11, the smoky liner. So you know what? I can demo this one. I'll demo it. Where's my eyeliner? Because I didn't put eyeliner on today. So I'll use a brown really quick. So, you know, sometimes you want to put eyeliner on, but you don't want it to be really like harsh looking. And then some people are like, oh my God, but it ends up like down here. So to avoid that, you take a brush like this and you just, it's like a pencil brush, but they shaped it really, really nice. And it's long, so you're able to cover more area. And then you just slowly blend that in. You're not taking it off, you're just blending it. So it's like really nice. And then you go to the other side, because I can't do one and not the other, right? Right on the other side. And then again, take this brush, and I'm holding it on an angle. I'm not going directly into my eye. I'm just holding it on an angle and I'm blending it out. So I think that was good enough of a demonstration for you to see exactly what it's used for. Oh, look who it is. I'm not even gonna like hater, Mr. Hater. So that's that one. Then we have, this is the angled liner brush. It's the bent liner, number 15. It's number 15, the bent liner. So the bent liner, again, it's for here. So you see how it just sits perfectly on top of the eye? So if you want to dip this into your liquid liner, you want to dip it into your eyeshadow, I would use my setting spray, spray the brush, dip it into whatever shadow, and then just slowly line my eye. But they made it short so it could, you see how it holds in the hands? Sometimes when a brush is too long, like a paintbrush kind of, when it's too long, it's just uncomfortable. You know, you like hitting things or like falls. They did this so, they really made this a nice size. So you just grip it. And then I like to place my pinky so that I'm a little steadier. Or even when I'm working on somebody, I'll have a sponge on my hand so I don't smudge their face. But even when you're going on the opposite side, it just, that angle really helps to keep your line straight. So this is an awesome brush. That one. And then finally, one of my all-time favorites also is the definer brush. This is the Eyebrow Duo brush with the angled brush on one side and the spoolie on the other. Because convenience is my best friend. And everybody wants a quick, you know, they want to be able to do it pretty fast and simple and not have to grab something else. So I create the brow with the angled side and then brush up. So you brush first, brush after, whatever the case may be. Whatever it is that you prefer, you do. Some people... Okay, so I don't know what just happened with my service, but I'm back. And if you're here, say hello, so that I know that I'm not just talking to myself and I know that you can actually see me. So let me know. I was working on the definer brush and I don't know when it actually cut out. So let me see. Maria, are you still here? Oh, my back. Like a mess. I'm a mess. Let me know if you're here. Talk to me. Oh, look at that filter. Whoop. All right, I don't know who's with me. I don't know what's going on. So basically, that was the 15-piece set. Oh, you are still here. Okay, so that was the 15-piece set, and it's really worth it for anybody that does their makeup. I mean, it's like it's an easy way to get every single thing that somebody would need in one shot. But if that's not possible, I got it closed. See, if it's not possible, then of course, you know, the option to get them individually is there. But this is the case. So cute. And it has an embossed L on it. And then you just snap it open. See? 1, 2, 3. So like I have to clean that brush. The other thing is, so I use a spot cleaner, like a liquid spot cleaner for my brushes. But I also, when I have to deep clean them, this is what I use. So London Brush Company exclusively made this brush cleaner for LimeLight. LimeLight by Alcone, for those that don't know, Alcone has been in the makeup industry for 65 years. I purchased a lot of my pro stuff from there, only in the pro store. So with me being a makeup artist, like it was kind of like a no-brainer when it came to the makeup. And then with the skincare, I was like, well, I have to see how I like it. And I absolutely love it. So now I am talking more about it. Honestly, my skin feels better. What? Oh, I still have this thing on. Let me see if I could take it off. Okay, there I am. Hi, Amber. Good. I'm glad you're liking it, Maria. So the spot clean, but when I need to thoroughly clean my brushes, this is my go-to. And I've had it now for what, 6 months or so. This is vegan also. Makeup on fleek. Kourtney Kardashian V-Day vibes. That's funny. I was supposed to go out, but because Janine drove in, but it didn't work out. So I said, let me clean my brushes, talk about these brushes, come on live, talk about my skin, have some conversation. That's where I'm at. My back is killing me anyway. I have a crazy pain, but like a pull, and it's like going down my arm. It sucks. Oh, but Maria, Amber, for instance, she loves the must-do oil, and I was telling Maria about the coverage. So what I do when I'm cleaning my face, right? Even though this was a brush video, I got you here, so I might as well talk about it. I took off my makeup very late yesterday, and then I didn't do any kind of scrub or anything like that. So this morning I didn't do my cleansing, so I had all of this peeling like a little flaky because of the winter. So if I don't do it often, it's just gonna come back. So I had like all of this flaking. So I took my skin polish, which is here somewhere. It's my exfoliating cream. Here it is. So I took my skin polish, which I posted a picture about it a couple days ago. And I literally just took my nail and I flicked just a little bit of it. And I scrubbed. I normally wear the CC cream daily, but to go out foundation. Oh, okay. So for your daily thing, you do the simple CC cream. I got it. But this thing has literally made my skin. I don't have bad skin, never had bad skin. I don't want to whatever. But as you get older, you start dealing with stuff. And I did my scrub after I cleansed my face. And then afterwards, what I do is I use my moisturizer, which is Skin Therapist, and a pump of the Must Do oil. So I do 2 pumps of this one pump of this, and my face is already prepped. It's prepped for my foundation. So the coverage that you're talking about, this is giving me that coverage without anything else. Does that make any sense? So my skin is already dewy. It's already It's already set. It's primed. It's golden. And then I take my foundation and I press it in. But it's skin. It's not like liquid or heavy. I don't feel like anything's on my face. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. And this, this is pretty accurate. I think that's why I like coming on live, so you could really see what's going on. Like I had a little blemish right there, and it's not perfect, but it gives me what I want. So what I might do is one day like do a half and half, where I use my botanical foundation and then use the liquid that I used to use before, because it's so much faster for me to put that on. But if you're telling me you use CC cream, that means you just slather it on and you're like running out the door, right? Because that doesn't take much time to put on. So is that what you do, like when you're getting ready? I remember I used to use BB cream, and it drove me crazy because if I was in a rush, I would always end up with like a line here, and then I would leave and I'd have to like rub it in, because it always left like not residue, but it would always leave some kind of like the color. It's crazy. I don't use BB cream anymore. But whatever works for anybody. I tell everybody all the time, I'm like, if it works for you and you're happy, then great. If you're not, then come talk to me. Okay. Sometimes a little bronzer. I mean, it's funny because I would always replenish my foundation when I use my liquid foundations. And this one, I just got a brand new one, and I had it for 6 months before I bought a new one. I was like, holy crap. And that's only because I do my face all the time. So for people who don't, it lasts even longer than that. And that's using the bare minimum and then building from there. I'm just cleaning my other brushes. Since I'm on here, like, why not? I could have totally ended it, but I haven't spoken to you in a long time. Even though you're not talking to me, it's the same thing. We're having a conversation. And I think I added you to my VIP group, right? Are you in my makeup group? Because if you are in my makeup group, you could share this video. Or you can share this video just because you love me so much and you want to share it and give people more knowledge. That would be nice. But we should link up. You got to let me know when you're when you have time. When you have time for the little people, because it's hard. Actually, I'm full of crap because it's hard for me, right? It's hard for me to make plans with anybody, to do anything. But I'm doing like workshops, and I'm booking people pretty quickly to do workshops, and kind of like hosting an event, but it's a workshop. So everybody's learning at the same time. So I thought it would be really cool to do something like that instead of, people just coming and thinking like, oh my God, I just, I don't know, whatever they think about. Always have time. You're the one that needs to let me know. I know. That's why I was just saying that. I just corrected myself. I'm like, wait, it's actually me. I'm the one. I do. I gotta make room in my schedule. Not room, but like I really have to organize my schedule so that I can make time for people that I don't get to see. I think that's gonna be my focus, because kids, they consume you, and now Caden's 4, so it's time for me to start like building again. And that's why it's a great time for me to be doing this and really like refocus my energy on my business and making myself happy and doing the stuff that I love, which is helping other people. You know, I've always loved helping everybody like feel better about themselves. So I think it's time for me to really like push it more, you know? It was funny because I went to get my nails done yesterday, and my this is a mood color. So actually it's like a really, damn, I would dip it into my water, but then I can't drink it. So I'm not going to do that. But it's like a purple, it turns into a purple color with gold on the tips. They're so pretty. So I went to get my nails done, and my girl Jasmine, who does my nails, she was talking to her customer, was waiting, and she was telling her about me, and I was like, and then I ended up literally sitting there talking to her the whole time while she got her nails done. Like, I was done and I could have left, and instead I sat there and I talked to her, and she ended up being mad cool. So it was nice, but I was able to like, it was just, you know, I don't get to have conversation. I don't get to see people really or have adult conversation. So when the opportunity comes, and you know, I'm so passionate about this that I could talk about it for hours, right? And I could talk to anybody about it that's willing to listen. So, but she was really into it, and it was nice. Actually, I should have invited her onto this live, but she'll catch it. But she was mad cool. Because, you know, as you get older, you just start to like not really have, you know, that time unless you make the time. You really just have to make the time. And Mija, every time I talk to you, we talk about this, like meeting up or whatever, and then something always comes up. No, for real. Like, I'm really not playing. I'm gonna make it happen. We can go have drinks. I'll have one drink while you have multiple. And because I don't like, I'm a lightweight. But I'm going to be coming on more often. I'm definitely going to be in my makeup group, but also on my main page so that more people can see it. If anybody does want to get into the makeup group, they can just ask me. I know it's my fault. I know I suck. But if you want to get into my makeup group, let me know. I will add you. If I can I'll find the share link. Maybe I'll leave it in the comments below. But if you're interested in any of the brushes that I did show you, the link for that is also in my description. I think if you touch my nose on the screen, it'll come up. You're a lightweight, also lightweight. Listen, I literally having one is more than anything for me. So, but I just, you know what it is? I really enjoy going anywhere where I can listen to good music, have good conversation, and like sip on a drink. That's it. You know, that's really just what I need to do. I need to have more interaction with people, and so let's make it happen, Maria. She's like, yeah, whatever. Like, you tell me, and then we'll make it happen. I could already hear you saying something like that. Like, it's not me, it's you. So, but we'll be in touch. I'll message you. I'll inbox you my number just in case. Because even though it hasn't changed, you added me to the private group. I think you did. But I'll double check. I'm going to double check now. But you can share this on your main page if you want. I'm going to make sure that that I add you if you're not in it. Because I've just been doing it little by little to people. Excuse me. So if someone's on my main page and they don't really want to see this often, I'm going to focus it more into the group than, you know, out here. Yes, it's time to catch up. Avery just came back into the room. It's definitely time to catch up. I miss you, and thank you for sticking around. Thank you to anybody else that watched and enjoyed our private conversation. So again, my name is Crystal, and I will see you on the next live. Make sure you're following. If you want to, actually, that there's like the 3 little dots at the top right. You just click on that, and you can follow me. Make sure that you're following me, and you put see first or something like that. If you enjoy watching these videos and you want to see more, that's the way to do it. So, all right, Maria, next time I'm going to hit you up right now. I'm going to get off and message you. All right. So have a good night.